Mary and William Duff, the Edinburgh servants who committed themselves early to the idea of a free church colony in New Zealand and achieved their dream of becoming prosperous farmers.
William Duff was born in Torquay parish just southwest of Dumfries in 1819. His father was a 40-year-old coachman here at Maybe, who was already married with 2 daughters when he had an illicit relationship with William's mother, Janet Milroy. Nonetheless, William was brought up in his father's household, and his father's marriage survived the affair and endured for 65 years. William spent his youth learning agricultural pursuits around Kirkcudbright, but by the time he was 20, he had joined the flow of rural workers drawn to Edinburgh and had a job working as a groom here in 4th Street in Edinburgh's new town. There he met Mary Boyd, who lived just a couple of streets away, and the couple were married in St Mary's Church in Edinburgh in December 1840.
The couple had 3 children over the next few years as William continued to work as a groom and the family lived in North St James Street. This was the same street that Robert and Mary Duckworth lived on. Robert was also a manservant, just a few years older than William, and we can imagine the 2 of them moving in the same circles. Both had a bird's eye view of the great rupture in Scotland's Presbyterian Church in 1843 that led to the establishment of the Free Church.
The pivotal events in this great drama that transfixed the Scottish nation happened in this very neighbourhood, just a few blocks away, at St Andrew's Church. And like many of their class, the Duffs and the Duckworths threw their support behind the new breakaway church. The Duffs joining the congregation here at Lady Glenorchy's Chapel, now a boutique hotel.
They also enlisted in the scheme to establish a free church colony in Otago, against the wishes of Mary's family. William and Mary Duff sailed with their 3 young children in the Pioneer Party on the Philip Lang in November 1847.
For William, life in Otago offered the prospect of a return to the land. Within months, he was writing home enthusiastically to his family in Scotland about the 10-acre section he was leasing in Anderson's Bay, the family's clay cottage, the crops he had planted, and the menagerie of animals that he was rearing.
His upbeat letter was published in the Otago Association's Journal, a promotional publication designed to entice further settlers to Dunedin. There could be no doubting the genuineness of William's testimonial. Being among the original party of immigrants gave him unrivaled opportunities to secure his family's future.
After 2 years here at Anderson's Bay, the Duffs moved to Green Island, where William expanded into horse breeding and quickly established a high reputation for his expertise. In 1855, he was selected to go back to Scotland to buy draft horses for the Valpy estate at Forbury.
This included the first Clydesdale horses in the province, breeding stock from which many of the workhorses that transformed pioneer Otago were bred. With a growing family, the Duffs were soon looking for a place to expand their estate.
In 1862, they purchased 2,200 acres behind Lake Waihola, 360 acres of it flat land here, and the rest tussock-covered hills for grazing. Then, quarrying stone from the hills behind, William employed Chinese workmen to build this fine stone cottage, which they called Mary Hill, and where William and Mary would spend the rest of their lives.
William became a member of the Waipori Road Board, the Waihola School Committee, and the Bruce County Council. His knowledge of stock saw him serving as an expert judge in local A&P shows. He and Mary brought up their 11 children steeped in their devout Presbyterian faith. They just missed out on celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary together, Mary dying at Mary Hill just a month before, in November 1905, aged 87.
William saw out the anniversary but died himself 1 week later. He was 86. Now his story exemplifies the hopes and dreams of a whole generation of young Scots agriculturalists who were forced off the land at home, but who found in colonial Otago opportunities to become independent farmers and pass something on to their children.